Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Wednesday's Reflexology Wisdom. Today we are going back to qualified reflexologists and also particularly pertinent reflexologists that have just qualified too, because this kind of carries on from where we were last week. And so I want you to imagine you have just qualified. And you have got all those lovely case studies that have continued to keep coming. So you've already kind of started that momentum happening. And you're able to say to them, yay, I've qualified. And I can now start charging you the full price. And hopefully they'll be, yay, fabulous. But here's the cunning plan. To also say to them, now then, hopefully you have enjoyed having reflexology from me. And it's most important that you get this question in. Hopefully you have enjoyed having the treatments. Now, regardless as to whether this is a case study client that you're now going to be transitioning to fully paying, or whether it is one of your ordinary clients that is coming already, always ask them, have you enjoyed having the treatments? Because we want an affirmative answer from them. Then you say to them, how would you like a bit of a special offer? Well, they have already said yes to have they enjoyed having the reflexology. So of course now, why would they not say yes to a special offer? Can you see where I'm going with this? We're getting affirmative answers so that the next question will also get an affirmative answer. Now you can say to them, how would you fancy a deal where you can get your next treatment half price? Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that we know what the answer to that one would be. I mean, at the end of the day, we all love a deal, don't we? And the way that this deal works is that if your client would be so kind as to recommend you to a friend, to family, to just anybody that they fancy recommending you to, when that person comes along, that they say, by the way, Wendy recommended me, Wendy then qualifies for a half-price treatment. Now, the other thing here is that there needs, for this to really work well, there needs to be an incentive in the recommendation. And the incentive is that Wendy, your client's friend, is told how fabulous you are as a reflexologist, how that she came along for migraine headaches and they've completely gone. Oh, this reflexologist is absolutely wonderful. You really need to go and see them. And at the moment, she's running a special offer that if I recommend you to her, you get your first treatment at half price. Now, some of you may be doing the maths already and thinking, heck, how many half prices is David wanting to offer? This is not going to cost you anything. And let me explain. Because Wendy, your client's friend, is going to be coming along for a treatment that she wouldn't have received otherwise, because she might not have had that recommendation. And she's paying half price. Your client, who you are treating anyway, is thinking, great, I've got another treatment. So she's coming at half price. Technically, you've got these two people coming that might not have otherwise come, and you are still getting the full amount of money for your original client's cost. Okay? Now, the thing is, Wendy, your client's friend, hopefully will then start coming regularly at the full price. This deal is designed to keep working, and at about the third or fourth treatment, especially if Wendy is saying, "Oh, do you know, I'm so glad I'm coming for these treatments, you really have made me feel better." As soon as she says something like that, you can say to her, "Well, what I was going to say is, if you are enjoying the treatments," and hopefully Wendy will then interject and say, "Oh, yes, 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 I am," you can then say, "Well, we can do this same offer that I did with your friend, so that if you want to recommend me to somebody else, then you get your next treatment half price, and so does the person that you are recommending." And this becomes almost like a snowball. It builds, and it builds, and it builds. You aren't losing any money, because this new client that Wendy is now going to bring along wasn't going to come before. Wendy might be thinking, "Well, I'm coming to the end of my treatments, so I'm not going to come anymore." And you've now saved that, and she's brought another client in. And there's nothing to stop you saying to your clients, "You can repeat this as often as you like, and the more half-price treatments I can give you, the more I will like it." Because, of course, you're still getting all the money. Now, there is something also you can do to augment this, to help it. And that is, some of you might have printed some little fanfold brochures. Give that fanfold brochure to your client for when they are making the recommendation, so that they have got something with your phone number, with your address, with your details about your clinic to their friend, so that they know who to call. You could even create a really nice looking, 50% offer to my friend little ticket that can go inside the brochure if you would like. Anything that can help augment this has got to be a good thing, right? So this is the plan for case study clients that are transitioning to full paying clients. You can also do this with any of your existing clients as well. Okay? But do make sure you have got the question in. Have you been enjoying the reflexology? Make sure you get an affirmative answer. Would you be interested in a bit of a deal that can save you some money? Make sure you get an affirmative answer. Then ask them whether they'd be willing to do this. There is nothing that is better than word of mouth. A recommendation is so much more powerful than somebody just browsing the internet and finding a nice looking website. I mean, okay, admittedly, if you're looking at the internet, looking for a reflexologist, you're looking for somebody to treat you anyway. So that's great. And all you've got to do is make sure you've got a great looking website that is inviting and will attract new clients. But if you're trying to reach people that weren't even thinking of having reflexology, word of mouth, recommendation is the very, very best way. And you are going to be growing your client base locally as well. So this really, really does work. So guys, I hope I've given you something good to think about. There's going to be another episode helping you develop your business next week. So until then, stay well, stay safe, and thank you very much for watching.